What up, y'all? Is Jamba once again, and I gotta come with the what is this? Oh, it's like a exercise band. This is Jamba here with a quick video. I gotta get out of here in a bit because I'm about to go see a movie, Iron Claw, and maybe I'll have a review for you. But right now, we are looking at what is this? What is this called? Thoughts. Woman says BBL women are taking over the natural body woman. Right? She's saying that men want shallow women instead. All right, so I got about probably like less than 10 minutes here, but this is a short video, so this should be quick. What do I think about the title? I disagree. I think that um, I'll give you my thoughts. Let's see what she says. I haven't seen this video before. Got an ad.
This game, you're not ready.
Now in Atlanta is either BBL or natural, and the BBLs is taking over. I think it's just very crazy to me that how a woman.
Oh, this is actually an older video. When did this come out? Yeah, this came out today. Older video. I've seen this before. She's saying in Atlanta. Okay, I can't speak for Atlanta. I haven't been to Atlanta and probably since like I don't know high school. So I can't speak for that in particular. But if you're talking about just in general, I don't think it's that. Matter of fact, and ladies, tell me if I'm wrong. Y'all get approached when you don't have your body done. Women who are natural, whether you have a big booty or no booty, or women, y'all get approached. Y'all still get attention, really, regardless of how your body looks. I mean, as long as you're like in decent shape, men are going to be attracted to you. In a lot of cases, in mass. So what I think is happening, and I'll let the video continue. But what I think is happening is that women are seeing the men who they want, whether they're celebrities or athletes or, the popping dudes at the club or whatever. And they're looking at those dudes are with women who got their bodies done. And now they're assuming that men in general want women who got their bodies done just because they're locked in and seeing what the men that they want are doing. But the run of the mill guy, the guy who works at UPS, the guy who works at Jiffy Lube, the guy who works at Papa John's part time, he doesn't. The guy who's working at Papa John's is not saying, if she don't got a BBL, I ain't with it. He's not saying that. He's not saying that. Now, a dude in the league might prefer women who are like super snatched up with a small waist, and he might prefer that. But even him, even if you want to talk about those elite guys, they don't just want BBL women. That's absurd. Doesn't make any sense.
Woman could have a BBL, and you guys will literally go pay for her bills, her rent, her car note, her food, her groceries. But then you get a woman like
most guys aren't do. This is silly. She's what she's doing is, like I said, she's looking at a particular type of dude who she wants, who has most dudes don't have the ability to do all that shit that she just said. Listen, let's scroll back. Let's look at what she said, y'all. Look at what she said.
And you guys will literally go pay for her bills.
Pay for her bills. Most men are, let's be honest, most men are just trying to pay for their bills and then a little bit. But most men are just not out here with the ability to pay women's bills like this.
Her rent,
her rent. You see what I'm saying? Her rent, her car note,
her food, her groceries. But then you get a woman like
she's talking about, again, the small percentage of guys who have the ability to now, if that's what she wants to say, if she's gonna say the guys with bread, the guys who are, if she's willing to say that, and even then I think it's cap. I just think that those men who make a lot, yes, I mean, all men value beauty, but the men at the top, they have the ability to get a woman who has beauty. And yes, sometimes that beauty can be manufactured. They take the little gut fat out and they put it in their booty, whatever. I don't know how the shit works, but yeah, those men obviously are, if they have the ability to pay for a woman because she looks good, and also because maybe they just like her, whatever, then yeah. But I think that she's, as the kids say, I think she's coping. I think that what she's saying is that, well, if I had those things, then I would be able to get the attention from the men. But I think it's just more than that. I think it's more than that. So,
like me that's working doing all this business.
Wait, now she's talking about herself. Okay, what's she saying?
That's working doing all this groceries. But then you get a woman like me that's working.
A woman like me who's working, Cool. But are you kind?
Doing all this business, buying.
Doing all this business. Are you supportive? Are you loyal? Are you in pretty decent shape? Do you bring serenity and peace? And I mean, there's a lot of other things. Like there's things that she's talking about. I mean, who's working and doing all the business, that's nice for you, but how is that? That's not something that a lot of men necessarily look for. We don't look at a woman. Here's what men don't do. We don't look at a woman, not be all that interested in that woman, but then find out how much money she makes or find out what she does and then become more interested in her. If we see a woman and she just looks okay to us, if we find out that she's a CEO at blah, 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 it doesn't make us go, oh, well, never mind then. How do you do, miss? Like, we don't do that. But there's been women who will see me and find out what I do or really what I've done and then become a little bit more or significantly more interested in me as a result. Now, I'm not saying that those women genuinely want to have dated me or whatever. I mean, and men kind of go through this where it's like, if you have a degree of success or are very successful, are the women there because you're successful or because they like you for you? But we just don't operate. So she's looking at things from a female POV. And people have been talking about this. That this is not me treading new ground here. There's only about 20 more seconds left in this video.
I myself, for myself, I don't need you. I want you.
I don't need you. You come on. Come on. I don't need you. I want you. I don't need you. Men don't want to hear you don't need me. Ladies, if you were with the guy and y'all were being intimate and all this, and he was just like, I don't need your pussy, I want it. It's just a weird thing to say. So, sorry for the vulgarity, but it's just weird. I think this is a weird mindset.
And you telling me just to like hold it down, just wait. Baby, you're not Future. I'm not waiting.
I feel like men.
You're not Future. I'm not waiting. So was she talking about Future as in past, present, future, or Future as in the rapper? Because if she's talking about the rapper, like you're not Future, i.e., you're not that guy, I'm not waiting. If she is, I don't quite know. Because if her type is Future, then her mindset is already cooked. Not to say that Future, I don't know if Future, I'm not going to accuse Future of being a complete piece of shit, but if that is the type of guy that's your ideal, then there is no wonder why you have this mentality. There's no wonder why how you view men this way, is because you're the guys that you're seeing, the guys that's your target is the Future. Again, if she's talking about the rapper, but let's see what this other woman has to say.
I'm not waiting.
I feel like men.
I'm not waiting.
Really want the more shallow women because the shallow women don't challenge them as much as women like me.
The shallow women don't challenge them. Well, let me tell you this. Being a man is already extremely challenging, especially if these are black women, especially if you're a black man, the world is extremely challenging, especially if you're talking about men in their 20s and 30s. Like everything for the most part is difficult. If you see a man and he's making good money, if he's educated, if he has his own business, if that business is doing well, more times than not, he probably had another business that failed. He had like most guys, especially the most successful guys, take the biggest L's. It's kind of like a shit. I hope I have enough time. It's kind of like an iceberg. You know how like you see an iceberg and you see the top of the iceberg, like there's the water, and then you see the top of the iceberg is that man and his success, but the bottom underneath that you can't see is all of his failures. Like, and I'm not trying to say that being a woman isn't hard. I'm just talking about the men here, and they're saying that the men don't like a challenge. Now, I'm not saying that we should be with shallow women, because shallow women are going to give you, like, a woman who's truly like shallow as they may be describing it. They're going to give a man a whole bunch of problems as well. It's just in a different way, I guess, right? So she may not be the most smartest woman, but she's probably expensive. She's probably a headache. She's probably annoying. So those are things, a laundry list of things that are going to hinder him in regards to, him having his life or whatever. Excuse me, I need some water. Yeah, men don't want to be challenged by the women like this. Like not really. Now, I think that it's nice to have a woman who's opinionated. I think it's nice to have a woman who can contribute ideas and can be supportive and can, just I think that's fine, but to challenge, I think that is the wrong terminology. I don't like men, like we wake up in the morning and get punched in the face by life. Like we don't need a challenge. Dating y'all and trying to woo y'all is already the challenge. Don't if once I get to the point where we're dating now, don't consciously challenge me. That's now I'm not saying to just be a pushover, but yeah, these and again, these young ladies, they might have a good head on their shoulders, but from what I'm hearing, this is a cooked mentality.
You have women that are placeholders and you have women that are game changers. The placeholders in Atlanta, they make it hard for us game changers.
What's a game changer? I don't know. This was too short of a clip to really dive in. I'm pretty sure this is like one part of a long discussion. But all in all, people, what do you think in the chat? I disagree. I mean, sure, like because to be honest with you, and I'm gonna talk for another minute and a half. I don't necessarily mind BBL breast. I don't mind that because if you have a good head on your shoulders, if you're kind, if you got your stuff together, you like me for me, we vibe, blah 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 blah. Then that's kind of you having a modified body is just okay. Is that something that I personally prefer? Not really. Now I do like curves, blah 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 blah. I'm a black dude, um, but most men are not consciously looking over natural women. Now, here's what I will say. Don't confuse natural for sloppy or necessarily like men do and even though yes there are some men who like thicker women, there's a lot of men who like thicker women, but yeah, I mean men are we are aesthetic just like women are very aesthetic, like all those women in that podcast or whatever. I'm pretty sure they got their type physically. I'm pretty sure they like a guy with broad shoulders with a beard and the tattoos and shit. So they got their aesthetics that they like as well. But yet they're trying to shame the men for whatever aesthetics that they perceive to have. But again, men like a wide range. All these women, all of those women, I just the last thing I'll say, and I know this is a fact. All of those women can say what they want about men preferring BBLs and they don't like natural girls like us who be working and standing all whatever. They can say all that stuff all they want to, but all three of those women have dudes after that podcast who are trying to holler at them, and because more than likely that dude wasn't their type, they probably they their DM didn't get open. And I'm not saying that they should, but the fact of the matter is that men, we have a wide variety of what we like. That's why there's a lot of different types of pornography out there, which are a lot of times targeted to men. But anyways, let me not get too deep. I'm about to go see this movie. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Very new at this, y'all. And there will be more of these coming right at you.